Have you ever wondered about the current state of affairs between Russia and Ukraine, and how it impacts the world at large? Today we're going to delve into this intense topic, starting with a brief overview. The conflict between these two nations has far-reaching implications, even affecting seemingly unrelated sectors like the Russian airline industry. From safety concerns to economic repercussions, the sanctions imposed on Russia post the Ukraine invasion are jeopardizing the operations of Russian airlines. To understand the situation better, let's delve into the timeline of events. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine didn't just happen overnight. Our journey starts back in November 2013 when Ukraine's then-president Viktor Yanukovych abruptly decided to abandon an agreement with the European Union in favor of closer ties with Russia. This decision sparked a wave of protests known as Euromaidan, which led to Yanukovych's ousting and Russia's annexation of Crimea in March 2014. Following Crimea's annexation, pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine, specifically in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions, declared independence. This ignited a conflict that has since resulted in the loss of thousands of lives and displacement of millions. Fast forward to the summer of 2014, a Malaysian Airlines flight MH17 was shot down over eastern Ukraine, killing all 298 people on board. International investigations concluded that the missile came from Russia, though Russia has consistently denied involvement. As the conflict persisted, a series of ceasefires were attempted, most notably the Minsk agreements in 2014 and 2015. These agreements aimed to halt the fighting and negotiate a peaceful resolution. However, they have largely failed to prevent continued skirmishes along the contact line. In 2018, tensions escalated once again when Russia seized 3 Ukrainian naval vessels near the Kerch Strait, a vital waterway connecting the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. The incident resulted in a significant international outcry and led to increased sanctions against Russia. In recent years, the situation has only worsened. Western sanctions imposed due to Russia's actions in Ukraine have severely impacted Russia's economy, particularly its aviation industry. Restrictions on spare parts and maintenance support from major aircraft manufacturers like Boeing and Airbus are putting the industry at risk. This has raised safety concerns and may lead to the grounding of aircraft, further straining Russia's economy. And now, we find ourselves in the present day, with the tension between Russia and Ukraine at an all-time high. The ongoing conflict continues to shape the political, economic, and social landscapes of both countries, with no clear end in sight. Now that we understand the sequence of events, let's examine the implications of this conflict. The ramifications of this conflict extend far beyond the borders of Russia and Ukraine. This isn't just about territorial disputes or political power plays. We're looking at a situation that's sending ripples through global industries, hitting some sectors harder than others. One such sector is the airline industry in Russia. The conflict and the subsequent sanctions have led to a severe crisis in the Russian airline industry. Due to these sanctions, major aircraft manufacturers like Boeing and Airbus have restricted the supply of spare parts and maintenance support. This has put the industry's operations in jeopardy. Russian airlines are now at risk of running out of necessary parts, leading to safety concerns and potential grounding of aircraft. Just imagine the implications of an entire country's airline industry on the brink of collapse. This crisis could have significant economic repercussions for Russia. The airline industry doesn't just facilitate travel, it's a vital link connecting domestic and international business operations. A collapse could impact not just the airlines, but also industries that rely on aviation for trade, commerce, and connectivity. But the implications don't stop there. The loss of essential parts and potential aircraft repossessions could hinder Russia's recovery in the future. Chinese leasing companies, though not sanctioned, could face pressure to repossess planes leased to Russian carriers. Russia's attempts to block planes from leaving the country could further complicate future leasing arrangements. The global aviation industry might find it easier to adapt without Russia, which accounts for a small portion of commercial jet purchases. But this adaptation comes with its own set of challenges and uncertainties. The global aviation network is interwoven and interdependent, and the absence of any player, big or small, can cause disruptions. The future of Russia's economy without a modern airline industry is uncertain and untested. The country is grappling with the consequences of its actions, and the world watches on, uncertain of what's to come. This isn't just about political conflict anymore. It's about the global implications of such conflicts and the domino effect they can have on industries and economies worldwide. The question remains, What does the future hold for Russia and Ukraine? As we move forward, the possibilities are as varied as they are uncertain. One potential outcome is a deepening economic crisis for Russia. The sanctions imposed by the West have already begun to take a toll, with the airline industry being a prime example. Major aircraft manufacturers like Boeing and Airbus have stopped providing spare parts and maintenance support, leading to safety concerns and potential grounding of aircraft. This could lead to significant economic repercussions, impacting both domestic and international business operations. On the other side of the coin, Ukraine could face its own set of challenges. The country is already grappling with the physical and emotional toll of the conflict. Recovery will be a long and arduous process, but one that the Ukrainian people are ready to undertake. Then, there's the question of global implications. The world has become increasingly interconnected, and the Russia-Ukraine conflict is a stark reminder of this. The ripple effects of this conflict are being felt far and wide, from the corridors of power in Washington and Brussels to the streets of Beijing and Tokyo. There's also the potential for a shift in global power dynamics. With Russia increasingly isolated, China may seize the opportunity to assert itself on the world stage. The balance of power could pivot towards the east, reshaping the geopolitical landscape in ways we are yet to fully comprehend. However, it's important to note that these are just potential scenarios. The future is a complex tapestry, woven from the threads of countless decisions, actions, and events. Predicting it with certainty is near impossible. Yet one thing is clear: the world is watching. The international community is invested in the outcome of this conflict, not just for the sake of Russia and Ukraine, but for the global order and the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity. While the future is uncertain, the world watches and waits. The Russia-Ukraine conflict is more than just a geopolitical issue. It's a crisis with ripple effects that reach around the globe, impacting economies, industries, and most importantly, countless lives. We've delved into the sequence of events, explored the wider implications, and pondered the uncertain future that lies ahead. The conflict has sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, with Russia's airlines facing the brunt of the impact. Western sanctions have cut off vital supplies, raising safety concerns and threatening to ground fleets. The repercussions of this could be far-reaching, potentially hindering Russia's economic recovery long after the dust has settled. But it's not just about aircraft and economies, it's about the people whose lives are being turned upside down. It's about the uncertainty that hovers over the region like a storm cloud, casting a shadow on the future. In these turbulent times, staying informed is more important than ever. Knowledge is power, and it's our strongest tool in navigating the complexities of this ongoing conflict. It's up to each of us to stay engaged, to care about what's happening beyond our own borders, and to strive for a better understanding of this complex world we live in. As we wrap up, remember that this is not the end of the discussion. It's just the beginning. There's more to learn, more to understand, and more to explore. The future is uncertain, and the road to resolution may be long and fraught with challenges. As the world watches, the hope is for peace and resolution. Stay informed, stay engaged. Until next time.